turn up the video. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Back again with another video. Okay, so I just did the free tarot readings, and it was really hard to comprehend and understand why the world was so hateful towards me and people that look like me. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand the motive behind it, behind so much purposeful hatred, you see? I didn't understand why I was being considered the way I was being considered. And it took me some time to realize that I wasn't supposed to grow in the first place. I wasn't supposed to grow mentally, spiritually. I wasn't supposed to be who I am today. In fact, it's called a sin to be who I am today. To understand the knowledge and everything that I know of today. What's upsetting is not only do I just want to live, and that's it, live in peace, but do I often have to explain myself as a Black person, explaining so much of who I am and why I've become the way I am and why I'm considered the devil and all of this shit that society makes you do. Exactly. You really shouldn't have to. You see what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have to explain, as if it's a rarity for me to be the way I am. Not only do I get this criticism from the world, but from my own family, which is okay because I've kind of separated myself from them anyways. But understanding that in my reality, this is a dream for me. This is a huge dream that I'm asleep. Really, like, most of my consciousness is asleep anyways. But remembering and starting to remember certain things of who I really am has really got me angry. Like, it really got me pissed off. Like, because seriously, like, who I really am and who I would really be without these chains and conflictions on me, like, I would not be this person. I would not be this passive person. If anything, I would be cutting the heads off of anybody who stood in my way from growing. And so it's sad to see just not talking about melanated people as if like other people do not exist. Talking about melanated people as in a collective group that have been, in a way, put on the back burner as if we don't have feelings, as if we are animals, which we are not. I'm not supposed to grow. You're not supposed to grow. We're not supposed to elevate, period. Okay? That's the reason why we weren't allowed to read books in the first place, because once you find out who you are, you're no longer going to go back to who you used to be. It's impossible. And if you do downgrade, then that must be from something seriously wrong. Like, something had to happen as far as you getting in an argument with somebody who believes in the things that you believe in for you not to continue to love yourself. And so for me, it's been funny watching and seeing how much You can't depend on anybody. I mean, anybody. It doesn't matter if they're your color, your size, your eye color. Like, it doesn't matter. You can't depend on anybody. Even if you love somebody so much and you think that they're going to do everything and be there for you, they won't. Because as soon as a bullet comes to hit you, they might jump in front of it, but their mind is really telling them, I don't really want to die for you. Like, that's why I say it's important to judge people on their mindset and not their actions, because anybody can take a step. Like, we all were crawling before, and we all had to take that step. So actions are going to happen, period. But the mental construction and growth that is supposed to be happening on our people, this little shit I'm into is not anything compared to what I should know and what has been stolen from my lineage. Okay, and if you're Hispanic, if you're all this other stuff, you have black in you. I'm not talking about the white Hispanics. I'm talking about those Hispanics with brown in their system, in their body. It's showing in their eyes. And we don't understand how deep the deception goes. Like, if you look at the Hawaiians, every time I see the Hawaiians, I see a black people. I see a black people just with straighter curly hair. You see what I'm saying? Thicker hair. If you look at Moana, if you look at their structure, okay, they are melanated people. Okay, that's just the truth about it. And it's like, like I always say, we are some seeing ass motherfuckers. We have to see the actual the actuality to believe it. We have to hear it from a certified person's mouth who might not be certified after all. It's like growth is very important to me, because if you're not expanding, you're disbanding. You're disbanding. You know, if you're not growing, you're you're not going anywhere. You're just stuck. And I think that some people take this growth thing very lightly, when it's very important to know who you are, because we've seen how not knowing who you are can turn you into somebody that you were never in the first place. Whether you identify as Indian, as you identify as Hawaiian, Native, um, you know, the black Chinese, if you identify as Buddha, I don't care, as long as you're expanding, you see. And what I've understood, like going through this phase of fear, because I was a really fearful person. I was a hypochondriac, thinking that everything was fucked up and that I was always sick, because growing up, everybody told me that I was going to be the sickest person, I was going to die, and I was manifesting that reality. And I know firsthand, even before the law of attraction came out, that thinking something will literally fuck you up if you think about the wrong thing, because it's happened to me. And so I've always had this feeling as if shit was wrong on this earth. Like, shit needed to be seriously fucking fixed. I had this dream recently, and it was in this particular room, because I don't sleep in here anymore. I sleep in the front room because I don't like closed places. I just don't like that. And so I was in this dream where I ended up in this place, and this is kind of a scary dream. I ended up in this place where it was like kind of like a lounge, or like a cafe type of like wine area place. And the atmosphere was beautiful. And there was like diamonds all over the ceilings and everything like that. And this lady was singing, and she was gorgeous. And what she was singing about was like diamonds and, and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, every song that she's singing is pretty much about diamonds. And then I was just seeing vampires around. You see what I'm saying? And I think I was the only black person there. And how people were looking at me, it was just so creepy. I wanted to get out of that dream as soon as I got in it because it was beautiful atmosphere, but it was the creepiest shit. And then I found out later on that that dream was representing how carbon and melanin in black people are very important because their melanin, if you know what like coal and stuff is, consists of carbon. So when you burn carbon, you literally can make a diamond from that, and you can create that. And so for me to have this dream, I was creeped the fuck out. But what we don't understand is our subconscious knows everything. So it can identify a person before you even get to know them. You see what I'm saying? So I was literally officially creeped out because I was creeped out from this room anyways because I was always seeing auras and shit in here. And that's why I cleanse this area a lot because I know whoever was here before me, I feel like they were in some other shit. Like, and that energy was just the hardest to get rid of. I finally have succeeded in clearing it out, but it was deep because the person that was here, I heard they were partiers and were into that deep shit, and like I don't know why they placed me here. But this whole place, this whole apartment used to be this homeless ground where a lot of homeless people were dying here. And it used to be before that like an Indian something. So this place has a lot of history. It has a lot of history to it and everything like that. So I had to just really clear out everything, you know? But anyways, so expanding and learning. When people look at me and they're like, why do you take everything so serious? Because I really do. I take a lot serious. Like, I do. And I know that. Um, I do. Because I know that our people had to struggle and really struggle to get their true point across. Like, a lot of the stuff that the media has about us is false narratives to make us look so demonized. And we're demonized always demonized, because we are important to this world. We are important people to this world. And I'm not saying other people aren't important because it's not true. That would be a lie. Everybody on this planet is important and they have a unique job. Just like the little animals and the little bugs in the fields and everything. There's a unique job for everybody. But when the main people that have the main role are demonized, you get this narrative of like, why are you growing? Why are you expanding? You know, because we're not supposed to grow. We're supposed to stay stagnant. We're not supposed to know who we are. We're not supposed to love who we are. Because if we love who we are, then what's the purpose of keeping you down? If you let go the reins and you loosen up the reins on us, then there's no purpose of even disrespecting you anymore. There was no purpose in the beginning. So, knowledge is power. It's not the knowledge itself that gives you power. It's what you do with this knowledge that gives you power. You know what I'm saying? This knowledge is very powerful because it's like one person doesn't believe they could change the world. It's not true. It's not true. One person can change the world with their magic, with their thoughts, with their intentions. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's why knowledge is so important. And it's important for people to be aware, because if you're not aware, then you're just gullible and you're left in the dark. So it's like being knowledgeable, you know, practicing the art of knowledge. It is an art, because not everybody's going to agree. Most people are just going to disagree and disagree and disagree until they find one thing that might resonate with them. I'm not saying you have to agree with everything, but I'm saying you have to be aware to it and open to it, because it's not just your way or the highway. You see what I'm saying? Even though when I was younger, I always wanted things to be my way. Because if it was my way, then I controlled the narrative, I controlled the situation. You know? If you control the situation, then you could tell somebody to shut the fuck up and be done with the conversation, because you don't want to hear it. But being available to have an ear to hear is always important. And that's why we have so much disassociated people. And I'm surprised there's not more killers on the loose, because these people that disassociate with the reality and they make these movements. I don't have anything against movements. The thing I have against movements is that anybody can make a movement for any stupid reason, just because they don't want to be alone in the matter. And I think that's irritating. Like, you don't always have to have some kind of movement to prove a point. Like, it's just like those people that are brats that always want their way. And when they don't get their way, then all hell breaks loose. You see what I'm saying? And it's not fair to everybody else. Nobody should be sitting up here acting as if they're the only ones in the world with the idea, because we all have a mind and we all started with the thought. You see what I'm saying? That's why this earth is not heaven or hell. It's a middle ground for all different kind of ideas. Am I saying that your idea is wrong? No, I'm saying it could be tweaked a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And you know, that's the thing with reality. And that's the thing with portals, because when you're making these movements, you're creating a portal. And it's so much of reality TV and reality, everything equates to magic. It's dead on. And it's like, I wish a lot more people would understand and just read up on certain things so they can understand the symbols. The symbols are what is keeping you under a deep sleep. If you knew how to work with these symbols to undo what has been done to you, because we think what we are being shown is always facts, when there is a big majority of people that want to keep you in the dark, because if you're kept in the dark, then you're submitted. There's full submission over you. You know, um, you know, and I'm not saying that everybody should just agree with everything that I say. That's not what I'm saying. You know, I think that I given into it, just everything. Like, I was taking everything as facts because it sounded good. And I'm here to tell you that there's really good manipulators out there that only want to manipulate your mind and hypnotize you. Get Out is one of my all-time favorite movies, because for them to let that come out is amazing. Like, that movie is a big key, and people just slept. Like, a lot of people, they woke up to it, but a lot of people slept. They really think that shit is fake. And I'm here to tell you today, it's not. That shit is going on in mass scales to people watching TV. You're being hypnotized. It's not that round circle of black and white, even though that has a big part of it. Because black and white, whenever you see black and white, it symbolizes the entrance to the matrix, the entrance, the entrance to a virtual world. And that's why when I've seen my dreams sometimes, I'll go to these weird places and it'll be like if you've ever seen The Wiz with Michael Jackson and you see the subway scene, that shit was creepy as fuck. I'll see scenes like that with the black and white tile, and it just reminds me of how I got into this place in the first place. Okay, we all wondering if the Earth is round or flat. That's not the biggest topic we should be talking about. The topic is what is the significance of the black and white tile? Because if you don't know what that is, you don't know. Okay, what is the significance of that? Okay, that's the important question. And why don't you know? Why are you left in the dark about that? And this is just questions to speak, to ask, to wonder. Okay? Because it's important for us as people that share this earth not to be holding away things from each other. Some people don't need to know things because they would manipulate and use it for negative. But we need to know. We need to know as humans cohabitating on this earth. Okay? We need to know if there's some things that we don't know and other people are hiding from us. That's not fair. Because me being a part of this earth, I have a right. And because there's so many of us on this earth, a lot of people don't want to share the good shit. They don't want to share the good shit. Because if we all know, then everybody gonna be doing the shit. You see what I'm saying? If we knew that there was a way to go to another realm, everybody would be doing it. And maybe even destroying shit. But it's still fucked up because this is our home. Should we have to be trapped because y'all want us to be trapped, or should we be able to be free and do what we want to do? You see what I'm saying? So, knowledge is power. Power is knowledge. You can't be a business owner if you don't know how to own a business. Some kind of skill set to own a business. You see, even if you want a job, you have to have some kind of skill set to be doing a job. Because if you go over there and cut your hand off, then you're gonna be wanting to sue their ass. So there's good things about certain things of the system, but then again, some of this part of the system make you not know certain things so that you will fail. Just like there's crooked people all over the world, there's crooked people that own the world. Okay? And it's fucked up because unfortunately everybody has to suffer because we don't know what we are inherently supposed to know. And we over here trapped thinking that we gotta work all the time for money when it's not true. Y'all been using that shit system to get all this shit, and now we're over here struggling. And you over here having a jolly old good time traveling the world, making laws to where you can't even go across the border. So that's what I'm saying. It's a system set up for you to fail. And it's even better if you jump off the bridge because it's just another person that is off their hands. That's what they see it like. And that's cold. That's cold-hearted, and it's just so wrong. It's so wrong. And a lot of people, they want to coddle these people as if they're like human beings, because anybody that acts like that is not a human being. I'm sorry. Anybody that acts like that is a cold-hearted motherfucking terrorist. And that's in my opinion. Because if you can't share, that's what you learn in school, right? That's what you learn in school, is to be sharing is caring, right? We learned this shit that y'all want to teach us, and now y'all don't even play a part of that. It's sad. It's real sad. Oh, sharing is caring. Okay, but the main people that's supposed to be sharing ain't sharing. Like, really? So, you learn. You learn. And you learn. And you learn. Until your brain explodes. Because if you are going to be in the system of a world that is trying to entrap you, you need to know some things to stay protected. Point blank. Like, it's not La La Land. This is real motherfucking life. And there's real motherfucking beings out here that want to stop you. Simple as that. And it might be scary. It might be scary. I went through the scary part already. It's not nothing no more. Like, it was scary at first. I was afraid at first. I was afraid for my fucking life. But after that passes, this too shall pass. So, anyways, I just wanted to get on here and influence your mind and let you understand that this world is set up for you to fail again. And also, is set up for you to only gravitate towards stupid shit. So once you gravitate towards the stupid shit, you're going to be stuck in that gravitational pull. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great day and everything like that. Peace.